The reason why the Columbia Eclipse Grafonola Serviceola is taking so freaking long is the fact that the mineral spirits, which I used to clean all these parts here, hardly did its job. There is still, and I should have looked at this better the first time. Oh, you can't see. There's still dirt and grime. There's still grease in there, despite it not coming off on my hands when you first touch it. Let's just wipe there. Let's just put it on the motor there. Oh, is that? I don't know. Let's just wipe my hands on there. Look at that! What is that? Phonograph motors aren't supposed to have that on them. They like, it didn't work. The mineral spirits did not work. At least not as well. Like, it somewhat worked, but not really. So I'm going to be using Simple Green now. And we've got our drum down there, and we've got the ultrasonic cleaner. We're going to be using that as well. So we're gonna throw some pieces in here. With Simple Green and water, and I think that'll probably go in as well. And yeah, let's hope we don't completely disorganize. I have one anxiety about this whole project is the fact that I'm not gonna know where everything goes when it's all said and done. But I mean, I have been keeping it mostly organized. I mean, it's all in groups. So, anyways, I'm sure if I'm really stuck, you know. You got the comments that someone usually comes up with something. Cough, cough. Okay, we're just... Oh, and another reason why this took so long is because I was using Simple Green to experiment with clock cleaning. All of the details are on my other channel, and I have to make an update video on that. But anyway, Simple Green has mostly... Well, it's proven itself. It actually does the job. It actually can degrease stuff, and that's literally the whole... That's literally one of the main things. This stuff it's a degreaser, and there is a grease on this stuff. So yeah, it's a degreaser. I've got grease to remove. Let's use Simple Green mixed with water. Don't just use Simple Green all by itself. It doesn't work as well. You got to mix it with water. I'm not even sure where I got the whole mineral spirits suggestion back in the day. I don't really know where that came from anymore. It's been like I've been doing this since like 2017. And now, viewers, we mix in our eggs and our flour. Okay. Oh, so what I'm doing is getting a mostly exact measurement. This is, what is this, 16 ounces, 2 cups. And then you pour it into your container, or here's what you do for diluting. Is it diluting? How do you pronounce that? Diluting Simple Green? I don't know. Anyway, here, let me just get, what am I doing? Let me just get the bottle over here. Where does it say that? I probably put the lid on it. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Heavy duty. Full strength. 1.1, or what is that? I don't know what that measurement would be. Example, half cup of Simple Green, half cup of water. So I'm just doing it in equal amounts. So there's 2 cups of Simple Green, aka 16 ounces. Okay, I'll just do the same with water. So there's 2 cups of Simple Green. I think that, yeah, that'll actually be enough Simple Green. And now I just got to go get 2 cups of water. And there goes the water. 2 cups of that, 2 cups of that. And we'll see how that works. Now, viewers, you can do this if you want. I went ahead and bought one of these last year now. I went and got a ultrasonic cleaner, as many of you know. I have this machine, and I will be using these parts, or I'll show you what I'm going to end up doing, but yeah, I'm using the ultrasonic cleaner, and you'll see what I'm doing with these in a minute. At this stage in the game, I have no idea how many people know I have an ultrasonic cleaner or not. This was about 130 Canadian dollars. Was it 180? It was 100 something Canadian dollars, and for this ultrasonic cleaner here, I love it. I've been using it a lot, and it's very handy for clock cleaning. Well, phonographs are so similar, you might as well carry methods over, and if you want, you can use brushes and scrub these gears down like I was doing in the earlier parts of the cleaning process. That would probably work as well, but I want to see how well this thing will actually work with phonograph parts. I've never used it with phonograph parts, and as you know, phonograph parts are just completely... There's crap all over them. Clocks have that as well, but on a different... Well, they're using different types of lubrications. Phonographs just have it absolutely everywhere, and yeah, I want to see how well this thing will perform with that. Now what I'll be doing, and I don't know if, I think I did, I think I must have done this earlier in the series. Put the container in the ultrasonic cleaner, fill it with water in it, and there's no lid on it. If it would, even if it had a lid, this isn't even a waterproof container anywhere, a water insulated container here, so it wouldn't even, that wouldn't matter anyway. The whole thing would be green water and phonograph parts. I'm just going to use this piece of tape. I think this is like strong packing tape or something. I don't even know what the heck it is. Here's the roll. U-line, I think it's U-line packing tape. Oops. Can't even see that. Anyway, goes like that. I'm going to put that in there, run it for, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. Probably more like 15, actually. And we'll see how they come out. Here's a tip for you guys. Close the valve when you're done with it, so you don't end up pouring water into the machine and then it all comes right back out the valve and all over your setup and everything. Okay, after you've cleaned up the massive mess that you made, we've got our container. Actually, this fits beautifully in here. Wow, that's a really, well, it's not quite snug, but it's almost, it's exact basically to fit this tank. Now I think we'll, and as I said, the tape's not for, well, actually I don't even need this really. I'll leave it on there, but it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I think we're all set. I'm gonna try probably, I don't know, 20 minutes with this. I think we'll go with that and see what happens when we come out. Okay, these parts here have come out better than I could possibly imagine. The spring barrel, I put that back in. I'm gonna let that soak in there for a few hours, I think. I'm not gonna, I don't know, make some kind of lid of some kind for this thing. But yeah, I'm gonna let that soak in there for a few hours and then maybe clean it again. And I'm also realizing, if I use the drum, how am I supposed to get the simple green in there? Well, obviously you pour it and get the simple green water in there. How am I gonna pour it back out? Well, you just use a, where is it? Here it is. Well, you could use a funnel, Greg, and stick it in the top of the jug or whatever you want to use to store the used simple green in. And away you go. Well, I mean, that worked with the mineral spirits. Like, I could afford to pour it on the ground a little bit, you know, but now I'm stuck inside. I can't go outside because it's snowing and it's cold. Well, I can go outside, but I can't work on this stuff outside. So, I guess I might end up filling this whole tank up with simple green. This thing has never actually had any sort of chemicals in it. And that's what it's meant for. It's meant, you're supposed to put whatever your cleaner is in the machine itself and then throw whatever you're cleaning in there. But instead, this is almost a cheat, kind of a hack type thing. I don't know what you'd call that. Very effective method though. The ultrasonic, I don't know, the bubbles, they pass right through the plastic on these things. And they work with glass too. Yeah, ultrasonic cleaners are very useful machines. And there's a lot you can do with them. So what I think I'll probably end up just throwing the springs and the motor in there at some point, like, you know, just the motor itself and everything. Because really, this did a better job than any scrubbing would do, or at least by me in this weather. So call it a cheat, call it whatever you want, but I think that's what we're gonna go with, because that just makes the most sense to do this. And I don't know if phonograph parts rust in water. I know people clean them with soap and water. Or at least James Flynn does that. James Gramophone. Wait, no, that's not the heck of it. Link in description for his channel. I know like 2 different James, so I don't even know. I know someone who does that with, I think it's some kind of, not even entirely sure what he's using, but it's something like simple green he's using. And he's doing it in a sink or whatever. So yeah, links in description to that. But yeah, I don't know if these rust in water. I mean, this is a brass gear right here. I just put it in alcohol briefly to get the water off of it. That's what I do with the clocks as well, because brass clock parts will rust in water. And since this is simple green and water, yeah, so put it in alcohol after I'm done cleaning it. Just rinse it off quick and throw it on the table here. And since this table isn't finished or anything like that, I can afford to just throw this on here and I won't worry about that. I mean, it'll just dry on there and that'll be that. So I'm gonna wait for these parts to dry. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything else right now. I might actually throw some more parts in there. We'll see what happens. After more experimentation, we actually threw the entire motor in the ultrasonic cleaner with Simple Green and water, and it came out great, except for the fact that it rusted out immediately after. I was not aware that phonograph motors were not immune to water, because I know someone else who was using water and soap to clean their motors. And no rust happened there, so that must have been some sort of different compound or whatever. But anyway, what I'm going to do here is hopefully get some sort of rust remover. I think this is all surface rust. I'm pretty sure this will all come off. But I just feel like an idiot now because everything else is fine. The springs need cleaning, but everything else is all set and ready to go. But this is just goofy here. Anyone have any good rust removers in the comments there? I know WD-40 has a special rust remover. I don't know what that would. I don't know if that would yield results here. Anyways, this is just dumb here. Really, we don't seem to. Yeah, this was goofy of me. But I guess that's where ignorance gets you in this situation. You make mistakes like this. Mark my words, fellas. I won't be doing this one again. You know, I'll be doing the Simple Green and water, but you have to have some sort of alcohol ready and waiting, so the whole thing doesn't rust out. And I should have just, but I didn't have that because I didn't know. So anyway, we'll leave this here for now. See what the comments generate, and yeah, I feel like a goof right now.